Bavarian Motor Works, otherwise known as BMW, came into the automotive world in 1975 with the aim of establishing a controversial benchmark. Automobiles that function equally as both luxury liners and performance machines. The 2007 BMW 5 Series, with an almost endless array of technology and complex electronics, might almost flicker the minds of consumers, but in the end, it's the Beamer's immaculate status as a true driver's car that will make the sale.
This is the 2007 BMW 525i sedan E60 generation, and today I'm going to be telling you about the powertrain, the styling, general comfort of this car, if this car is still the ultimate driving machine BMW claims it is. And I'm going to also give you my verdict in case you desire getting one at this current time. My name is Oghenemarho, and you're watching Autocar Maro. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is this car's powertrain. Let's see what's underneath. Now this is the soul of this beast. It's a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder or straight 6 that is mated to a 6-speed automatic gearbox that puts out 218 horsepower and 250 newton meters of torque. This right here, I tell you, is a beautiful, lovely, terrific piece of German engineering. Very, very reliable engine. This engine is immaculate, I tell you. So, next on our list has to be the styling of this is what you call a Beamer. So right here, you've got 245 width of tires on 18-inch alloy rims. They look sick, man. Almost like that turbine effect the Mercedes does. Oops. And then you've got here a very, very strong build quality vehicle. I mean, the weight of these doors, really, really heavy. Oh man, they can't stand anything. Right here at the back, you've got 255 widths of tires on the same 18-inch alloy rims you have at the front. And this car is just beautiful. You know, back then in 1999, when Chris Bargold came up with this design, it was a very controversial thing, okay? Because this car erupted from, you know, it got inspired from flaming surfaces. You see, Chris Bargold looked at it and he wanted those points, those different shapes, you know, from a fire. You know how the fire is, different points and different shapes, and that was where this car design erupted from. And trust me, it looks sick. Now, let's take a look at the styling of the interior. We're gonna just take a look of just how this whole interior cabin is. Oh, beautiful. First thing on our menu is going to be this cockpit, okay? Business of the driver's seats. Now, right here, we have our instrument cluster, we have our light controls, we have our switches here for the windows, rear windows as well. We have our handle here, premium felt. It feels really, really nice. We have our fake chrome here, but it looks good to the eyes. We also have our blinkers and also our wiper control here. We have our cruise control down here. We have our telescopic tilting here. It feels really, really nice for a steering wheel. Okay, here we have our volume control. We have our 2 individual programmable buttons here for shortcuts, anything you want to do in the iDrive. We have here to next our song. We have our voice command here, and here also. That's pretty much everything for the cockpit. Now, next up, just gonna grab the keys from my pockets. Okay, that brings us now to the infotainment and center console section. Right here, you have BMW's infotainment screen. So here we have got our iDrive. This is the controller for it, where you control, you know, different options on it. This is the gearbox. When you shift it, it goes here, and the direction changes as you shift in this place. When you wank it to the left here, for your gears. So it shows manual 4, manual 5, manual 6, 6 speeds. It's a 6 speed. You can also reduce the gears to gear 1. You wank it back to drive, take it all the way to park. Okay, this is your climate controls. All right, is where you control your climates and everything. This is your volume control on and off for your songs. This is your car communication module. Okay, this is where you put in your 6-track player. This is your parking sensor button. Here you have your handbrake. It's a rear-wheel drive, by the way, so in case you want to do a burnout or something, you can actually just, you feel me? Now you push a button here and this compartment comes out. You see something very weird. You push this button, it opens another compartment. Now you push this button here and opens another compartment. Now this compartment is small. No idea whatsoever why there is several compartments with little spaces. Like, they shouldn't have bothered. Okay, and that brings me on to the iDrive system. This system is so complicated. You don't expect to even operate this stuff without sitting down with your manual. Okay, it has series of menus under menus under menus. If you push it straight down to the middle of the eye, that's your iDrive. It gives you the vehicle communication stuff, the info sources, your settings, trip computer, and every other thing. Now, because of how complicated this thing is, it's going to be a pain in the ass for a lot of people. And that brings me on to 5 annoying things about this vehicle. So the first annoying thing about this car is the wipers and the trafficators. Now, the wiper is just too complex, okay? If you tilt it up once, it works. Tilt it up twice, it works. And then you push here, it turns into automatic. And then you turn it off, and then you tilt it one. Why? Just up, down, it works. And then if you trafficate just a little bit, it blinks 3 times and it goes off. And if you have to now trafficate fully, you have to push it down all the way before it continuously trafficates. Now that is just a faff, okay? You can just give us the normal traditional blinkers that every other car company uses. The next annoying thing about this car has to be these over-designed, over-complicated cup handles. Yeah, that's always broken. It can't even... Faff. Now the next annoying thing about this car has to be the car communication module, the CCM. It is one part of this vehicle you would find yourself from time to time replacing. Bearing in mind, BMW parts isn't so common here, and it is not so affordable either. So you better watch out for this part of the car, because it is very annoying having to fix something on and on. It's such a bugger. Now, the next annoying thing about this car has to be the fact that there is no traditional dipstick under the bonnet. So you can only check for your oil level electronically through this uber complex infotainment screen. Now, first of all, the engine has to be running for a specific amount of time. Let's say you forgot to do your normal morning routine and you started driving and you were checking and focused on this screen just to see the oil level. Okay. With how concentrated and focused you are on it, you might almost forget that you are driving and end up running someone over. Just taking it through a curve with the active sway bar rolling and everything, this car stays put on the floor and it doesn't feel like it's about to, roll over or something. The cornering dynamics is very, very strong. With your heads-up display giving you all the information you need, it's almost superb. Brilliant engineering, I tell you. Very, very brilliant engineering. I'm not just concerned about the good looks of this vehicle. I'm also concerned about the handling skills and everything concerning its performance. Driving this vehicle, it feels very low to the ground, so at high speeds you would comfortably get to really, really intense speeds, and then pushing it down, it is ready to fly with you. Taking it through a corner with the dynamic drive mode opted out for this car, and then you have your active sway roll bars to keep the car balanced. Sharp corners like these. Now, If you desire getting this car at this current time, here are 5 things you might want to watch out for. Number 1 has to be your gasket. Number 2 has to be this car's water pump. Number 3 has to be the high pressure fuel pump. Number 4 has to be your fuel injectors. And number 5 has to be your oil change. You need to monitor this thing. You see, this vehicle is a very, very remarkable and beautiful vehicle. You see, this car can be reliable when it is maintained. And the beauty about this vehicle is the whole German engineering in one. It is excellent. It has every single thing a great car should have. It is indeed the ultimate driving machine. This is Oghenemarho.